being here, Daniel. Municipal elections are coming up November 7th, and we are looking ahead to the Topeka City Council races here at 4. Even-numbered districts are on the ballot this fall, including District 8. You see it in the map, highlighted in that pinkish color across the center of the screen, stretching roughly from Indian Hills Road to Gage Boulevard between 21st and 29th Streets. You heard from incumbent Spencer Duncan Wednesday. Chris Phelps would like to take his place and joins us today. Chris, welcome.
Thank you very much, Melissa.
For those who haven't met you yet, Chris, what is a bit about your background? Are you from Topeka? Are you a transplant?
Sure, great. Thanks for asking. So I was born and raised in Topeka, graduated from Topeka West, and then I've been here most of my adult life. So close to over 40 years plus I've been here.
Topeka West homecoming. Happy homecoming to you.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you.
Why did you decide to get involved in the community by seeking a city council seat?
So I think that we were put on this earth to make a difference instead of make it normal. And so I wanted to find a way that I could make a difference in the city of Topeka.
Were there some key issues on which you feel you can make a difference?
Absolutely. I think that safety is number one. I do have a daughter that's here in town, and so I think about her and the safetyness of her growing up in the city of Topeka. And so that's top of mind awareness. And along with just in recent past, the homicide that we just had, he's really got that top of mind. But even prior to that, safety's been my number one goal.
Are there some things that you feel we could do better, and if so, what are some of those things?
Yeah, so I think we can do a lot better, but with the policing that we have, and the way that we're going to do that is by my next thing that I talk about a lot is about budgeting. We need to get our budgets to where we can afford to have the policing so that we can have safer streets.
How do you weigh out the cost-benefit analysis, the amount that citizens are willing to pay in taxes to make investments in things like safety, or where do we get the money from if we do it without raising taxes?
Sure, absolutely. So one of the things that comes to mind that I've heard a lot of my constituents talk about is the hotel. We spend a whole lot of money, $7.5 million on the hotel. That's actually losing $250,000 a month in revenue. That budget right there alone would have increased to about 17 police officers for a 10-year time frame. If we would have used that money instead of buying a hotel, we would have used that money to support our police department.
Well, of course, the counter argument is that it's an investment and that actually it will pay for itself.
That is a good argument. However, it doesn't do any good to have a nice hotel if people are afraid to come into the city because it's unsafe.
One issue that's been getting a lot of focus from city leaders lately is homelessness. How do you feel we're doing on addressing that? Are we taking the right course, or how would you prefer to see things move forward in finding solutions and assistance?
I think we did a good job by doing something. I don't know that was necessarily the right thing to do. What I would like to see is have a homeless town within inside of a town, much similar to what Lawrence has, to where it's actually the homeless people have. It's set up almost like a town, and it's being policed that way as well, and it keeps people a lot safer to do so.
How do you feel about some of the different programs we've been talking about lately? So the mill levy and property valuations, and in all of those talks have come up. They've talked about what are the housing needs in the city. Have we met the housing needs in the city? Do you see any shortfalls there, or where can we help to fill those gaps and address that need?
Well, I was just meeting with a group today, the Topeka Jump Group, and they were talking about the affordable housing that we have, where we have $1 million set aside for the affordable housing that was approved by City Council. But City Council has not done anything with that. So we have $1 million just sitting there, not doing anything to help with affordable housing. And that'd be one thing that I'd want to work on, is finding out why it's not being used and utilize that money to help people to reduce their rents and things like that.
Any thoughts how you'd like to see it used?
Absolutely. In fact, I was just telling them that as a first-time home buyer just recently in the last couple of years, I too was paying a lot more in rent than I'm paying in my mortgage, and so our rent is out of control when it comes to being able to rent houses affordably here in town. And part of that goes to why is that rent high? It goes to property taxes as well as even insurance. Insurance is based on the amount of safety that you have within the city. That's one of the ratings that they use point scale for that. And so again, going back to the safety thing, the safer your town is, the safer your city is, the cheaper your insurance is. Therefore, the cheaper your landlord's insurance is, and therefore they can have lower rates for rent.
Chris Phelps, you will see his name versus the incumbent Spencer Duncan in the District 8 Topeka City Council race. Appreciate you being here, and get out and vote, everybody. These city races are what affect your life. Appreciate you being here.
Thank you very much.